episode of Q&A on a Sunday call. So we start with question one. My current situation is I'm finishing my PhD this summer, getting my Canadian passport soon. Congratulations. I'm applying for teaching and high-tech roles in Canada and US. My desired situation is I want to focus on market where I can get results faster. Therefore, my question is, should I focus more on the US because it has more universities and tech companies, or can the TN visa significantly limit my opportunities? What is the fastest way to approach the US job market? Question two, my current situation, many high-tech roles only require master's degree, and I'm concerned my PhD may make me look overqualified. My desired situation, I want to improve my chances of getting interviews. Therefore, should I remove my PhD from? Okay, so let me start here. You talked about US positions or Canadian positions. Yeah, definitely there are lots of more opportunities in US, and I would parallel keep an eye on them and see how. But the problem with the US is that although you have a Canadian passport, but probably you don't have a background in US and living in US and social security number and all that. So those will throw you off, especially in the current climate, a political climate where Trump says hire American first. And with that, a lot of companies are actually shrinking in the fact to get Canadians, but you can still try. For the TN, it depends on a lot of factors. You can ask ChatGPT, but TN is limited to certain positions and certain titles. So you have to make sure based on your where you but based usually it's based on the job title and your background. Okay, so not all the positions are eligible for TN. Some of them are. Again, I don't give immigration advice. I just talk about my like the knowledge I have. It's not intended to you have to talk to lawyers, and I know it's hard to find a good lawyer. I probably spend more than $30,000 on talking to different lawyers and understand that 90% of them are full of crap. Despite respect to all the lawyers, but especially when it comes to US and Canada, guys, there's not a lot of lawyers knowing what they're doing. Okay. And there's like 20% good that you have to find them on your own. That's that. So about your question, too many high tech roles require masters. I'm against removing PhD, and I don't agree with you that on many high tech roles require master. If they say master is a requirement, that doesn't rule out having a PhD. Just so you know, they says master is a minimum, so that means PhD is an asset. PhD will help you better actually. But if a job say we need bachelor or master is the maximum they want, then that's a wrong job. You shouldn't even apply to, because that means it's overqualified. Overqualification, guys, comes from the misfit. We don't want to apply to a job that is lower than us, because you will go to that job and being not happy anyway. So don't apply to a job that people without masters can apply, because that's I hear a lot of overqualification from people, but honestly, that's just applying to the wrong position. Because if you apply to the right position, you increase your chances of being approved, and also there is no overqualification anymore. So all the overqualification, when I hear overqualification, I instantly know that this is not an overqualification. This is you applying to the wrong job. So find good jobs, find right jobs, and your PhD will be to your benefit, and you can use that to increase your salary instead of removing it from your resume. This is the worst thing actually you can do to your career, guys. You spend 5 years getting a PhD and not knowing that PhD can increase your salary range in the because probably you don't understand the ranges. I've talked in the first video and the secrets. The first secret video, I talked about organizational charts, and I talked about how we define, we create positions, how we create job descriptions, and how we have job grades based on the degree. So if you use it, if you know how to use it right, your PhD right, your PhD will help you. Weapon, it becomes your weapon to make even more money, negotiate a better salary, not just removing it. Because when you remove it, that means you're applying to the wrong job. So don't do that. Find the right jobs. And I have a full course on the whole thing. So if that's the problem, I think Mastermind can help you a lot. Zahra, my dream job is become a Escada specialist working on a substantial system. I have a BS in electrical. Since I do not have a Canadian engineering license, I understand I cannot use the title engineer. My question is, this is also wrong. So you can always use the title engineer because that's what you just studied. If you studied electrical engineer, you can have a ring, you can be an engineer. So don't think that, like, I don't know where you guys learn about these. These all of these myths. There's too many myths on the job market. Don't listen to them. And you're a member of Mastermind, so you better bring your question to the Thursday call instead of writing it here because it's hard for you to convey your message. Whereas in Mastermind, we have these weekly calls where you bring your question and ask it directly from me. So all of my professional experience from my home country, I apply for internship. No, why you're applying to internship at entry levels when you have where you have experiences? No, I explained that, Zahra, please respect my blueprint. You don't follow my blueprint. I've said it to you so many times. You have a blueprint you need to follow. The other day I saw you commented on a video for like uh, 6 months ago, which was totally irrelevant to our blueprint. You're just going different places and different directions. I didn't ask you to go watch the videos of 6 months ago. I asked you to go follow the 17 days blueprint that I have for you, and all of these answers are responded. Don't do anything else. Don't watch anything else. Just follow the 17 days videos and do their tasks. Okay? Yeah, I'm not going to respond to your questions because you're not following the blueprint and you're not supposed to be in the free community anymore. Your job is to spend your time in the mastermind because you're a member now. Follow the 70 days full BTE blueprint. Watch all the 2 hours videos, do their task. Because once you do the task, I get a notification and I see you're doing a lot of other things other than sticking to the blueprint I have for you. Okay? All of these questions are answered. Yeah, credentials. No, you don't need any of that. You just need to learn being visible. You just need to learn personal branding. You just need to learn how to contact recruiters. That's all laid out for you. Just follow my blueprint. Maria, I'm having an interview with my dream company and I cannot find information about the interviewers to know what kind of question I might be questioned and prepare for. Um, you don't need a lot of information about the interviewers when you go to interview. You just need to ask questions to challenge them. And I have explained that in the interview course. So, Mariam, I know you are a mastermind member. Go through the interview course. In the interview, I told you how to challenge them. Also, course negotiation, day 5 is very important. So, go watch day 5 and go watch day 1 and 2 of the interview course and understand how to challenge them because you don't, it's it's actually the other way around. If you know the interviewer and prepare your question for that specific person, it's kind of awkward and tacky. We don't want to do that. You want to just come across as a person that have no idea about the person in front of you, but have idea about the job market and how to ask questions to challenge them about that specific job, which you learn in those courses. So your job would be to challenge them on the job itself and the work environment itself, not knowing anything about that person, because that will make you biased, and we don't want you to be biased when you go there. Okay, cool. You got your answer? Perfect. Pariso, last questions. Let's answer Pariso and then get out of here. I have two general questions. Do we get the chance to optimize our resume and cover letter in Massimo? Yes, definitely. So uh, we have a system, guys. I don't believe in fixing somebody's resume because that doesn't work. That's 20 years ago. Today, you need to have a story from A to Z, and that story comes from getting a clarity on where you want to go. So before everything that happens, we first get clarity by ChatGPT course, and after we get clarity on where we're going, we make a story from A to Z on our LinkedIn, on our resume, on our presence, on our pitch, on our storytelling, and all that. Then we have resume courses. We teach you exactly what the resume is, how to make it perfect. Then we have reviewed probably more than 100 resumes so far. Then we have videos, you watch them, you learn from other people's mistakes. Based on all of these are more than enough for you to make a perfect resume, LinkedIn, cover letter, everything that you need and tell a story. And once you do that, then every 2 months, we ask people, now you have a great resume by your own standards. Every 2 months, we collect resumes and we review it together in a group call. And that is exactly where you find your silver lining, where you exactly find your blind spots. You see, wow, I worked all, like, I learned all of these. I made a perfect resume. Now Alex gave me a comment. Now I know a lot more. So this is the process that we design, and you don't have to question the process. Process works 100%, and we're not going to change the process. So a lot of people come to me and say, can you do my resume alone? No. First of all, I don't do one-on-one. I do group coaching. Second of all, it's not my system. It doesn't work. If I give you personal advice on your resume, it's not going to work, because you might get a good resume, but you're not going to get a good story. So you have to follow the entire process that I created if you want to be successful. And you only need to trust my system. The way you trust my system, you go watch a few videos, not all of them. You don't have to. You go watch a few. These videos that I put in the free zone is for you to trust. When you come to the mastermind, you get 30x, 40x more information and guidance. So these are just for you to trust. Once you trust, you start doing things, and you start coming to mastermind understanding your real value. I give you all this value for free, so you trust and you understand the value. And the system has to be respected. You have to follow my system to get result, and the way you can understand if it works or not, watch other people comments and reviews and interviews. And I'm going to post one of them today. So when you hear about other people's stories, you completely understand that all of them respected the system, they followed the same storyline, and they got results. Exactly that. So in our resume, the second question, in our resume, to describe responsibility and the impact we make in our current position, verbs, I saw this was, no, you always use past tense. So I made the I improved this organization by 20%. I developed a software. So even if it's current, I understand. But you take a snapshot of a time. Imagine it like that. You take a snapshot of a time as you speak. For example, you're writing your resume right now. So if you're talking about your past, it's going to be developed. You developed so far. But yes, I get it. You think that now I'm working in this field, should I use present? No, you always use past tense, and that totally makes sense because the date, it says to present. And I explained that in all the resume courses. And a lot of people don't get this wrong. So don't try to get all of your questions answered by random people. Like that, random people don't know. A lot of people in the free community, they don't know. That's why they're here, and they never learn. So don't listen to other people in the free community. Only get your questions verified by myself. I don't have any other coaches. We have mentors, but they can be make mistake. You only have to learn from me, and you only have to bring your questions to me directly, either on these calls or on Thursday calls where we talk face to face in mastermind. Okay, guys? So good. Yes, Sahar answered you because Sahar is one of our mastermind members, and she is trained properly. So another thing, when you come to mastermind, everybody around you, the 100 people around you, are trained properly. But in the free community, there are 6,000 people. None of them are trained properly. I don't know how they're trained. I don't have exposure on them. But in mastermind, everybody is trained. So this is the kind of difference. You go from a high school to a PhD by moving from free to the mastermind. That's that, guys. Thanks for watching. So those who book a call, I have 3 openings today. If you book a call, if you can book a call, I don't know if it lets you, but if you can book a call here for today, I'll give you extra bonus. If you cannot book it for today, you book it for tomorrow, you can still benefit from that payment plan that I mentioned in my previous talk. And after tomorrow, then I cannot offer you that payment plan anymore. So this is my offer to you. I hope you can enjoy it and benefit from it. If you're serious, if you're here for making a huge ROI on your investment and get that 100K and change your life forever, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. And I'm here to help you all the way, give you anything possible to make that happen. The value is like amazing. The Godfather offer is amazing. It's really hard to say no to that because I made it super, super easy for you to join my mastermind. Thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate you all. Just because you hustle, you crush, you work on a Sunday morning. This is respectful. This is like the fact that you're here on a Sunday morning. I respect you because you're hardworking, regardless of you stay in my community or not. You come to mastermind. Nothing matters. All that matters is that you are showing up here and you're trying to learn and you're trying to become a better person. We all do. Same to me. I'm here to become a better person. I'm here to learn from you. I'm here to become a better coach. I'm here to coach more people. Thanks for that. I appreciate you all. Talk to you soon. Take care and have a great rest of the day.